ugly.
Five.
Who are the best and who are the worst NFL teams? It's Mike Gill's Fine Five and Ugly Five. Brought to you by Dr. Lyle M. Back on 97.3 ESPN FM, South Jersey's football station.
Take a look at the 5 best and the 5 worst, the Fine Five and the Ugly Five. Brought to you by Dr. Lyle M. Back. PG, we got a couple new entries into the Ugly Five is getting really difficult. I don't know that there is a discernible worst team in the league.
I have to think Miami has done well enough to.
I had the Miami Dolphins in the playoffs yesterday. I had them in as a wild card team.
That's unbelievable.
They're 3-3. They've won 2 in a row, and they haven't only won 2 in a row. They've done it in dominating fashion, so they are out of the Ugly Five. Let's take a look at the Fine Five. That hasn't changed a whole heck of a lot. There is a new team in it. Last week, we had a new team in. They're out. Patriots, number 1. They've won 6 in a row, 213 points this year. They are the top team in the Fine Five this week. Number 2, I got the Packers in there. Both those teams just offensively very strong. New England's a little bit better than Green Bay, so they've been 1-2 all season long. No change there.
Well, Packers, much like New England kind of got tested last week, Packers are going to get tested on the road at Denver this weekend, so we'll see what they have.
Yep, and obviously number 3 hasn't changed for me either because they continue to win. They are the Bengals, and they are a plus 60, won 6 straight. Big thing with them, they win on the road now. That's a thing that they haven't been able to do in the past. That's why the Bengals, they started the year for me in the Fine Five, and they haven't moved out, obviously, with that 6-0 record. And a lot of people, when I put them in the Fine Five at the beginning of the year, were giving me a little crap for that.
It's also the faux hawk from Andy Dalton. He's got that new hairstyle, still the red hair, but he's got a different cut. And a lot of people in Cincinnati think that's could be the reason why. Yes.
All right. Another team that's been in my Fine Five all year long. You saw them in action on Sunday night when the Carolina Panthers took on the Philadelphia Eagles. I've had them in there all year long. Still not a lot of people sold that this is one of the best 5 teams in football. I've had them there all year long because they've only given up 110 points. You saw their defense in action. That's a top 5 football team, at least defensively.
Absolutely, and they're going to get tested, I'm not sure about this week, but next week, they play Green Bay.
They do, and that's a game that could be flexed instead of the Eagles game
Indy
on that
this
Sunday
week,
nighter.
Green Bay next week.
Also, number 5 in the Fine Five. They took a week off. I had Denver in this spot last week, but I'm going back to Arizona. I like what I saw from them. They got the best offense in the league, 229 points. They're very good defensively. They've only given up 133. They got back on track with a win against a Baltimore team that has had some bad luck this year, and you'll see what I think about Baltimore because they're 1-6, but they're not in my Ugly Five. But I like Arizona back in Denver is out of this week's Fine Five. So they are the Fine Five here on the Sports Bash 97.3 ESPN. These are the Ugly Five, the 5 worst teams in the NFL. Number 5, you could really put these in a hat and pull them out and have a reason why all of them could be the worst. But the Ryan Mallett situation and Brian Hoyer, they really should be higher up on my list. I got them at number 5 this week. They lose Arian Foster for the year. I think this Houston team is going to be creeping its way up the Ugly Five, but I got them at number 5 this week as the 5th worst team in the NFL. That Mallett situation, just really ugly down there. He doesn't play the other night, and they're down like 45 points. They still didn't put him in the game. He wants to get cut by the coach. The GM overrules him. Then later on, he gets cut. They really, in hindsight, I should have had him higher on this list, potentially even number 1.
Yeah, now, as you mentioned, Foster's gone, so Chris Polk and Alfred Blue are going to be your running backs there for Houston.
Yeah, one of those are going to be one of my running backs for my fantasy team, too. Number 4, we're going to Cleveland. Another team that just has quarterback situation problems. McCown, Manziel, awful defensively. They've lost 2 in a row. They've been living in the Ugly Five since the inception. Doesn't get any better for them. Number 4 in the Ugly Five. Bad road team, 1-3 on the road. We'll see if Cleveland can get their winning ways. San Francisco's number 3 in the Ugly Five. Right now, defensively, 180 points they've given up. One of the worst defenses in the league. They've only scored 103 points all season long. People want Kaepernick out of there. They got no weapons to speak of. San Francisco's number 3 in the Fine Five. Number 2, we're going to the Motown, Motor City, Detroit. Bad team, 200 points they've given up on defense. Talking about the coach being fired out there. They got rid of the offensive coordinator already, so you're starting to see some changes at the coaching level in Detroit.
Yeah, have fun in London. They play in London against Kansas City this weekend, so 2 good football teams out there.
It really never seems to be good football teams going to London.
No.
All right, number 1 in the Ugly Five, the worst team in the NFL. And again, I said you could really put these in the hat and kind of have a big steel cage match, maybe like a Hell in a Cell, Royal Rumble, whatever you want to call it. But I got Tennessee at the top this time. They have been basically the steadiest of the worst. They've lost 5 in a row since opening the year with a win in Tampa Bay. So I've got the Tennessee Titans at the top of my list. And you know why they're the worst team in the league, Peachy? They're 0-4 at home. They played 4 times out of 6 games at home. That means the rest of their season's not going to go too well. Mariota hopefully back this week.
And they're still seemingly in that division. I mean, that division is so bad that
they are 1.5 games out.
Right. Let them go on a nice win streak, and they're in it already.
You know what's funny? In that division, in that conference, in that division, they have the best point differential. They're a -20. Jacksonville's a -60. Houston's a -45. And the Colts are a -27. Maybe they are the best team in the South. But they're the worst team in my Ugly Five. Coming up, John McMullen, the Eagles at the bye week. He takes a look at the secondary. Who's been the MVP?